Is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday, and when it's Tuesday night, you know what goes on Tuesday night, the Roundtable. And you know who I'm with.
Let's go.
You know who I'm with. The coolest cats on this side of the Mississippi. Well, I actually don't know if are you on this side of the Mississippi.
I'm on the other side of the Mississippi.
I'm on the other side.
Oh well, cool cats everywhere around. You know who it is over here. The host of Diversity with Delilah, and one of the hosts of the Ladies Takeover, Delilah Crespo. What's up, Delilah?
Hey, I'm doing great. And actually, no, I'm on your side of the Mississippi.
Geography is hard, isn't it?
Right.
No, it's a long. Windy. No, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I gotta drive way west to hit the Mississippi. It's a good night. I'm excited. Tuesday should be monotonous.
Delilah cracked open that Casamigo a couple of days before school lit out.
I wish. That's good stuff.
Come on now. Come on. And look, and you already know who it is. My guy, host of This Week in UGA Football, on the road to another potential title, Anthony Handy.
Hey, yo. What's good in the hood, y'all? How y'all doing? Why am I talking like that? How are y'all doing this evening? It's very nice to see you all. Delilah, Sean, pleasure to be in your presence once again. And I'm very happy to be here, doggone it. Let's go.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I am not the normal host, but I am so glad when these guys give me an opportunity to come back in here and join them. Shout out to our guy, Nicholas. I want the smoke. Rosario will not be with us tonight, but he will be back with us soon. Definitely prayers up to his grandmother. She is in the hospital, so they're just trying to take some tests, make sure everything is good. So definitely said, no problem. You know, I'll fill in. So, guys, I'm so excited to be back on the Roundtable, one of the flagship shows of Let's Talk Football. And we have so much to talk about. So, hey, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, starting with the coin toss. Yeah, buddy. So we're going right with the coin toss. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a couple topics that we like to hit. Normally hit on whatever's going on in the league, whatever the top stories are. And if you watched any football on Saturday, there was one game that you saw, because at first you were sitting here like, what is happening? And then you saw who was quarterback and you said, ooh, no lead is safe. And that lead was blown. I'm coming to you, Delilah. The Colts were up 33-0, and I guarantee nobody saw that coming. But then I don't know if anybody saw the biggest comeback in NFL history, a 33-point comeback to win the game. But Matt Ryan again. He's here again. Will he ever get over this one? He might need to retire.
Yeah, he's on the wrong side of history of two. First, the Super Bowl one. Sorry, Anthony. Was like
don't apologize.
That one was like the Super Bowl record, like the largest comeback, deficit and then comeback. Now he has not just the NFL, but all time in NFL history, like because it was 33-0, and I'm
about to get that one right there.
Man, I thought, what wow, the Colts, boom, they're gonna get the W, 33-0. I didn't think it would stay 33-0. I thought they'll get some touchdowns in the second half, right? They're known for that. But I didn't think he would get 4 different receivers, by the way. It was 4 different receivers and 4 separate touchdowns to come back and completely, in my opinion, demoralize the Colts and Matt Ryan. Like, you know, I do feel bad because he's got these 2 things will hang over his head forever. Sadly, he's going to overshadow the Matty Ice thing, the fact that he has good records. Mm-hmm. These 2 things are just they're gonna kill it, man. I just, you know, there was a time where I might have been like, yeah, he might. It'll take a few ballots. He might get in the Hall of Fame. Not the first time around, but this time, not now, not anymore.
No, you got to win multiple Super Bowls. You got to come back down 50-0.
Come on, Sean Spencer, you just stop right there because we all know that the man, for the artist formerly known as Matty Ice, is not going to win no multiple Super Bowls. He couldn't even win one.
Oh God, look, hey.
Matt Ryan, where were you? Where were you? We was rooting for you, Matt Ryan. We was all rooting for you, Matt Ryan. We rooted for you in the Super Bowl. We tried to blame it on the offensive coordinator and say, why did they go to the pass from the run? Because they were running the ball right. Touchdown right, touchdown left. Campbell right, Campbell left. Defense on their backs. Tom Brady was standing over in the corner looking like he wound up looking right before Giselle said, I don't want to be married to you no more. People was blowing up my foot. Look, let me tell you, Skip ain't here tonight. I'm just going to tell you, Skip Bayless, I see you in the street. It's on site. Just letting you know. I'm finna take my glasses off right now like I did on Skip the other day. Let me tell you something here. Then all of a sudden, if you win it by 28 points, you're supposed to win the game. If you lead by 33 points at halftime, you're supposed to win the football game.
Yeah.
I made excuses for Matty Ice. I come on here, me and my man Fingers, both in club, Shay, just sipping on some hen dog, talking about, look, Fingers, I don't know what's going on. He said, Shay, I don't know what's going on either. Look, then you turn around and do this? After all of Atlanta was rooting for you. How you let the phone fall down, Matt Ryan? Go sit down somewhere. Time for you and Tom Brady to do a high kickoff into the side stage and just and don't come back for no curtain call.
But how can you, Handy? How can you come back from this? I mean, this is just embarrassing.
The only thing I had to say when I saw it, I just looked at it and I said, well, thank you, Lord, it wasn't the Falcons for a change. That's the only good thing for me as a Falcons fan. That's the only good thing that came out of this is now that is no longer the Falcons cross the bear. It will still be, it's still in the history book, Matt, though. Yeah, I'm just saying.
It is.
But at least we don't have to deal with it no more. That's going to go in the history book with Rod Wright. That's going to go in the history book with Jim Marshall running the wrong way.
Uh-huh.
I can come up with some other stuff.
You're right, though. Those are the big ones, though. The white rice.
That could come up with. I don't know what that Three Stooges play was they did the other day. Where we gonna do the pitch around and oops, I threw it to the wrong man. Oh, we not on the same team no more. What was that? The Patriots and the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Look out there looking like I looked Harlem Globetrotters out there looking like the Bug Tussle Globetrotters.
Yeah, they looking like something.
Man.
Matt, the artist formerly known as Matty Ice Ryan, needs to have several seats at this point. And I'm willing to give you, I'd give you this one right here, but you probably let somebody take it.
There it is. Wow.
You've been waiting. You've been waiting.
And just for the record, hold on, I got something else. I ain't quite done yet. Miss Nicole Klychuk, love you to death. We don't wish she was still playing for the Falcons. We glad he gone.
Straight from a Saints fan. Let's go. Wow. Yes, that was definitely long overdue. I think you're right, Delilah. That was something that was pent up. All right. He's
been waiting to let that out.
But man, for a long time. You know how mad I was having to go to work at the post office? Everybody was like, yeah, y'all gonna lose in the pages. Like, no, we got it. We gonna get this one. This gonna be the year. I talked smack all week. I had to deal with my coworkers at work and the people on my route. And I had several look, I told you I had to deliver mail the Monday after the week after the Super Bowl. I had to deliver mail to a man whose name was Dr. Thomas J. Brady, MD. And it was the sports. The only piece of mail he had was a Sports Illustrated cover with my man Edelman like this.
Right.
All that ribbon I had to put up with. People been coming at me with 28-3 for the last 5-6 years. You know how hard that is. That's almost as bad as being the one kid that mama always come to school in her house coat with her slippers and her bonnet on. Glad you going. Almost made me come outside myself and cuss on the podcast.
Wow. Yo, but look, at the end of the day, I mean, yes, you have to hate on he warrants it with what happened. But look, Delilah, let's be honest. This is a two-part because yes, the Colts gave it up, but the daggone Vikings, I thought they were imposters. I thought they were a sham. They came back. Like, Kirk almost threw for 500 yards.
That's what I'm saying. Like he threw picks, and we're like, oh, there we go, right? Blah blah blah. Everybody's laughing. Here's Kirk messing up. Then he came back 4 different receivers, 4 different touchdowns. And one of them was Dalvin Cook because he didn't get a rushing touchdown. He got a receiving touchdown. Right. Thielen got a touchdown. Of course, Mr. Jefferson got a touchdown without a doubt, you know. Mm-hmm. But he had 4 different guys. Like, that was crazy. That's crazy, man. Like, I honestly, like, I like, you know, they do the side-by-side. They show them, like, the first half. They're like, and then the second half, it's like, I don't even think they could believe it. They're like, wait a minute, are we winning this game? Like, one, like, kudos to Kirk, like, not fouling under pressure. Like, I gotta say, that was pretty impressive. He came back. He's like, you know what? Let's go. We got a second half. And just connected with the 4 people he needed to get the, you know, the touchdowns. But on the other side, like, what the hell happened to the Colts defense in the second half? Because, yes, unfortunately, Maddie, you got to, as the quarterback, sadly, you know, these records, when this happens, it's going to hang on you, right? Mm-hmm. We know this. That's just how this works. But, man, their defense was just, like, completely disappeared in the second half. Like, just gone.
But what's the common denominator, unfortunately? Who was quarterback in both teams?
Matt Ryan. Yeah.
No, I know, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's so unfortunate because we know football doesn't work like that, right? He put up points. He did, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, like, you know, Nick the Smoke Rosario says it all the time. Mm-hmm. It always comes back to your leader, the quarterback. Like, regardless of the situation, however far you were ahead, even if other people choke, it's always going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders for these losses, right? And so that's just how it's going to go. Now he owns 2 of those records.
2.
Ooh, 2
worse.
Somebody pulled the stat that said that he's had several other losses like that too, where they led by at least, I think it was a minimum of 15. It was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, but this is like,
I wouldn't doubt it. But look, and trying to give him a little bit of credit, like the Colts, we know the Colts are prone to having these type of things where they lose a game they're not supposed to. Going back to the Jaguars game at the end of last year, they had a solid team. A lot of those pieces are still on the team. Taylor did not play, but then everything you give them, it's just like they still had 33 points.
They did.
So there's no.
I was getting ready to say I ain't get the only credit Matt Ryan get with me right now is that bad credit, no problem you get at Rent-A-Center.
Right. It's ridiculous. Hey, look, and shout out to him. Hopefully he can get better from whatever going down the line. But like Nate said, there's a lot of stuff going on in Indy, and they already benched Matt Ryan once. After this, I mean,
they're not going anywhere. They're probably going to be eliminated next.
Right.
They don't have their stud Taylor. He's out for the season. Like, that's it. Like, the next time we see Jonathan Taylor is next season.
2023.
So he's out for the season. So it's like, at this point, go ahead and put whoever. I don't even know who's second anymore for Matt Ryan.
Who's backup? Oh, is it Ellinger?
Yeah, Sam Ellinger.
Yeah, Sam Ellinger out of Texas.
Mr. We're back.
That's right. Yeah, put him out. Let him finish out the last few weeks.
Why not?
See what happens. Like, can't hurt.
Shoot, Sam Ellinger probably sitting on the bench like, please God, don't put me in there. Please God, don't put me out there.
Nope, you're good. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Matt, if you're listening to our like little regional, well, not regional because we're across 3 different states, but you know what I mean. A little local sports talk show. It's time to retire, sir. Just, go Go home to your family.
Yep.
You've been in the league for like a million years. Like, just,
The ice is thawed.
Yeah.
Tell you like my grandmother used to say when all the cousins used to be cutting up at her house. Go sit down somewhere.
Right. You need to. Look, we got some more to talk about. We are going to move on. It's something that give me 1 second. Had to come correct, actually.
He came with props, Delilah.
So I'm coming on the show. I got to make sure.
He got props like Carrot Top. Watch out.
The Washington Commanders lost to the New York Giants 20-12, and there's a lot of commotion. There's a lot of back and forth with some of the fans and a lot of the media, and asking the question: did the refs cost the Commanders the game? I'm going to come to you first, Anthony Handy. Did they cost us the game with just those couple penalties that you had at the end of the game?
I did not see the penalty. I did see the last play. I will say that was a bad call. Now, we cannot say for certain whether he would have caught the ball or whether he would not have caught the ball, but chances are pretty good. Looking at where the ball was placed, he would have got that. That would have been a touchdown. Then there's also the matter of, because you had to get a 2-point conversion to tie it up, right? Right. So then there's a 2-point conversion. Did that call cost you an opportunity to potentially win the game? Yes. Now, this is no knock on you and your squad, but I watched your show yesterday. So the one thing I will say is that there were 58 other minutes worth of football played.
Absolutely.
And there were opportunities there that were missed. So I'm not dogging your team, Commanders fans, but there was 58 other minutes of football that, if everything had been executed as it should have been executed, the game might not have come down to that one crucial play.
Absolutely.
This is that one that goes along with, was it a catch for Dez or was it not? Was it a catch for Megatron or was it not? Because those were also end of the game plays that wound up resulting in a loss for the team that would have won. Now, do I think the refs blew that call? I absolutely 100% do. Yeah. I mean, my man, like, he was hanging on him. He was hanging on him like Rose was hanging on Jack. I'll never let go, Jack.
Right. Till Jack just falls away. Yeah.
Right.
Look, I agree with you. I agree. I absolutely agree with you. And I look, you can't just look at the last couple of plays. And mind you, they were egregious. You have the one where Terry McLaurin is kind of off the line of scrimmage. He looks over to the ref and says, "Am I on the line?" The ref says, "Move up." He moves up a little bit, but not enough. And then the ref ends up calling him. Terry was really frustrated about that one. You talk about that play that you were talking about where Samuel it's draped all over Samuel. If you go back 2 plays before that drive, Taylor Heineke scrambles out and he has Jahan Dotson in front of him running towards the goal line. There's one guy to beat. And Taylor Heineke tries to do his signature, let me dive at the pylon, instead of simply taking a cut to the left and getting right into the end zone. If that happens, we're not even talking about any of this extra stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. On top of that, you have a missed extra point by Joey Sly, which then makes it a 5-point game when if they get more points, and all of a sudden it's an 8-point game. Now we're already thinking touchdown, 2-point conversion. So you can't even just think touchdown. There are so many things we did, and not even just those penalties. Let's talk about our penalties. Talk about the false starts, the holdings, the pass interference on us, the things that either kept their drive alive or stopped our drive. There were so many other things in this ball game that were the reason why we lost this one. And look, they only had 2 good drives. And it was really on us. So it's frustrating. If anything, I was frustrated at this one because in my opinion, we're better than these guys. These guys were like 1-3 in their last 4 games. We tied with them, and we felt bad about that because we felt we should have beat them. So this week, it's been frustrating, and it kind of brings up another question that I'll kind of ask in a little bit about our QB situation. But there's a lot kind of going on right now. But Delilah, I mean, what do you think? Our offense struggled, but was it the refs or what?
I mean, my team has been on the end of those things, and even I said that we can't leave it down to penalties. Nick has said it too. So it's not that they don't hurt, and we're not upset about the messed up calls and missed calls, or we're like, okay, why is that pass interference and not that against the other team? Like, I get it. Like, it hurts, sucks. But like we've both said, as football people, you have to outscore the other team so that there are penalties, they don't kill you, right? If there are mistakes, that's going to happen. They happen all the time. Like we said, we know famous plays where all of a sudden it's not a catch, it's not a touchdown, right? All these different things that, you know, for years we're like, what's going on? And so we can't leave it to penalties, right? We can't leave it to the referees. We have to like outscore so much that if they did mess up and like, which I get it, Scary Terry's upset because he was like, dude told me I was lined up. Then he tells me I'm not. So I would be upset. However, if they had put up a bunch of points on the Giants, then they might not be in this situation where I get the W. And I
would not be having this discussion
right
now.
And I've said that with my own team when we get killed on penalties and things like that. Same thing. Like we can't leave it up to penalties to call our game. Yeah. Because then it's that this happens and then we're like, oh, and then I don't know what's going on. The kicker's missing PATs too. Kick a field goal, misses a PAT. I don't understand it.
Ridiculous.
I don't get it. You can kick a 50-yard field goal, but you can't get a PAT. Like I don't get it.
Right.
But like, you know, that's what I mean. So it's like it's stuff like that. It's like that 1 point matters a whole damn lot, especially when it comes down to the wire like this, where it's 20-12. If there was 20-13. Then you wouldn't have to look at, you know, a 2-point conversion. I know we want to avoid another tie, but still, at least you get a chance,
right,
to try and win, you know. But yeah, I get it. It hurts. I too would have been upset. I saw the videos. It's true. Like there were multiple plays that the refs definitely screwed up. I 100% agree with that. But I feel like there's other issues to fix. So it doesn't become a problem. So it doesn't come down to a ref making a bad call or not a call, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, it sucks. Like, it does. It sucks. But at the same time, it's like, y'all definitely should have beaten the Giants for sure. Like,
without a doubt. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And Handy, I'm going to come to you because now this raises a question in our organization. Look, we were 6-1-1 in the last 8 games coming into this game. And Taylor was our guy. And like Delilah said, when the quarterback's winning, regardless of how well they play, they're still the guy that's going to get the accolades. We've seen all the pictures and everything about Taylor. But let's be very, very honest. The Bears game was ugly. Actually, that was Carson in that one. But you got the game that we played against the Vikings was ugly. The game against the Colts was ugly. Your game, we barely beat. I mean, we scored 19 points, and it was ugly. And we had to depend on an interception at the end to save that one. Taylor has been playing the same way, but it's been subpar. Carson Wentz is healthy. He's the guy we paid $28 million for. Do we start to entertain the idea of maybe bringing Carson back?
I'm thinking at this point, yeah, because your goal is to win a football game. Now I have long been an opponent of you're paying this guy X number of dollars, so he needs to play, but we know that's how the game is played. Like the best guy, period, needs to be on the field. Heineke has somebody made the joke on your show yesterday that he's one game past his 5-game shelf life or something like that. Yeah, but I mean, if he's not getting the job done, then then whoever can get the job done needs to be out there. You know what I mean? Period. If it's Carson Wentz, then it's Carson Wentz. If you know, I know it's a real good feel good story for which he's ODU guy, right?
Yeah.
He's a local kid, went to ODU. I know a couple of young ladies that went to ODU that had major crushes on him when he was in school there. They're like, oh my God, my heartthrob is playing. My husband's playing. For 18 million hearts. But I mean, it's a feel good story for a local kid.
It is.
But if he's not the one getting the job done, then it's time to hey kid, you know, do like in baseball. When the manager come out and be like, hey kid. Good. Hey, you gave it a good shot.
Right.
Hit the showers.
Yeah. No, and absolutely, and that's the thing. Now, I have to say, because it is a feel-good story, Delilah. It is something that everybody's excited about, and he has.
No,
been
I
winning
just like
the
how he
games.
said that he was a heartthrob. That's why.
Oh yeah,
Oh no, dude, y'all got no idea.
I think
I know
he is a stud off the field, man.
I know two females in particular that like every time the Commanders game is like, oh my god, my husband's playing.
But yo, Delilah, one thing that we know is before Carson got hurt, Brian Robinson wasn't there. We had injuries along the O-line. Our defense wasn't playing great. Now our team is kind of coming together. Is it smart to kind of be like we need these we got the 49ers, the Browns, and the Cowboys.
I told you guys weeks ago, you're like, oh, let's go with the hot hand. I was like, go with your starter. I said that way back, and everybody disagreed with me. And I was like, get your starter out there. Like, no one wants to accept it, but he is the better, well-rounded, experienced quarterback. He's the one who should have been out there leading your team, and he should be out there now. I feel like he could win you the next few games. He's ready. He's healthy. He knows these guys. They know him. They respect him. We hear it all the time. When people were making fun of the Carson Wentz pickup, everybody's like, oh, no, like we practiced, right? Remember, everybody was out there rallying around him. So get him back out there. I honestly don't see why Rivera wouldn't start him at this point, because you guys are just neck and neck. If Detroit is catching up. God almighty, the other team in the NFC North decided to win a game. And so it's like, now he's got a taste for winning, and that's never good. I should know this as someone that has been playing against it for a million years. He sensed he's like a shark. He senses blood. It's there. Y'all gotta start winning games. Like everybody above number 10 needs to start winning games.
Needs to happen.
I'm telling you, I've seen it. Oh Lord, don't tell me, man. He smells the blood in the water is there. What did I say? See? Telling you. They're out there, man. They're like, dude, he's like, y'all gotta start winning games. So yeah, I think Wentz should be out there again. I think he should be leading your team again. I feel like he's your best chance at getting these last few W's so that y'all can keep your spot in the playoffs. Like I really do. So I don't know if Rivera agrees with me, but I think you should go with your starter.
I like that. And we'll see what he says. We'll see what he says and what move he makes. He's definitely said we'll see. Yo, we got one more quick topic we want to talk about in the coin toss, and I'm going to come to you, Delilah, because I want to save my man's comments for a little bit later. The NFC South this year has just been, I'm going to say it, it's been what the NFC least was a couple years ago, a dumpster fire. Nobody wants to win it. Even the GOAT has a stain on him this year.
Yeah,
it's been rough. It is the leading team in this division 6-7, 6-8, and everybody else is 5-9. What's going on with the NFC South, Delilah?
Honestly, I feel like all those teams are just in shambles because they don't. Neither one. Actually, I think Panthers are more promising because at least they're building, they're retooling. I feel like at least the Panthers are kind of like, hey, we're figuring stuff out. Like we'll see who's our quarterback. Like they're feeling people out. They traded pieces so they have picks, things like that. Like so I get that part, but I think with Atlanta, the Saints, and Tampa, I'm just like. Honestly, I don't know who actually is going to win that division. At first, we're like, oh, okay, it's going to be Tampa. Right now, they have a playoff spot, but doesn't mean they stay there. Like, they have to. Someone has to win the division so that, that's the only reason they're at number 4. That's the only reason, because of all the 4 teams in the NFC South, they just happen to be in first place right now. But it's like, I think there's just like, the Saints don't know who their leader's going to be. Like they've got a QB situation. They got the pieces. Like I really like, I like Olave. I think that kid is a stud. He has a future on that team. It's like you sadly just, Michael Thomas, I'm sorry. Alvin can't stay healthy. Now, all these guys, these aging running backs and the wide receivers. Like they just can't do it anymore. Like it's time to just it's time for them to actually rebuild with a new team. Like, get you need a QB. I don't know if Jameis Winston is your guy anymore. Like he's also made of glass, unfortunately. So like, I think the Saints really do need to fix like what they've got going on. At least Atlanta has a quarterback, so you can build around this kid. Right. Atlanta has a promising opposite, like because they actually have a kid they can build a team around who's talented. Right. They've got a future. But Tampa also, like all these guys are a lot older, right? They all came back because they thought, okay, maybe Gold came back out of retirement. That's the only reason some of these guys even stayed around. Like,
absolutely. So, Julio.
Yeah, so I just, I think with these two teams, with the Saints and Tampa, it just has to do with aging. Like it's just everybody's kind of past their prime. It's kind of they need to retool. They need to figure out what's going on there. But at least Atlanta and NFC South. I don't even know. I honestly don't know who's going to win that division because right now that's why they haven't called it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa gets knocked out of that number 4 spot that they have right now. And someone else moves in because we got only a few weeks, right?
We only have like 3 or 4 weeks left. I mean, look, this might as well be like one of those.
It's going to the 18th week because it's right. That's right. So we get the extra game.
And it still is going to take some time. This is like one of those those how they do the voting coverage, like the election. It's like this is going to be a runoff. Like nobody wants to win this thing. And hey, look, Anthony, as somebody that's your team is in the midst of all of this, and you talked about it, that you didn't think your team was going to do much of anything, and they've kind of done that with the quarterback trying to figure out who's quarterback, but you're still in the hunt. Like, so I mean, what do you think about this, man?
The NFC South is kind of like a big pile. A really big pile. A pile of what, Anthony? I'm glad you asked, but I can't say it on this show.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's just it's one of them, like the ones that's so bad that you smell it before you see it. And then when you see it, you say, what did they eat? It's real. I mean, flies and everything else is just, flies won't even, they're like, no, I don't want no parts of that.
That bad.
It's that bad. I mean, now let's look at some things that have happened. The Panthers have lost a couple of their really big key pieces in the last couple of years. I mean, Cam, don't know what happened with him, but he just completely off the map, and then they sent him off to New England. And Cam is done, I think, as a quarterback. Christian McCaffrey is now in San Francisco, and those are their 2 biggest pieces the last several years before everything started falling apart for them. But the truth be told, Cam was not the same after that Super Bowl, but that's a different discussion for a different day. The Saints, the last couple of years, their Super Bowl winning coach, their Super Bowl winning quarterback, both retired.
Yeah.
And those guys were the cornerstone of that team, period. The Falcons went through a couple of coaching changes, and then Matt Ryan was gone. Because at least with Matt Ryan there, you knew you were going to win at least 8 games. At least 8. And then he was going to lose a couple of big games with big leads. But we ain't going to go back into that again. Because we already discussed that earlier. Read your syllabus if you missed the earlier part of the dissertation. And then as far as the Buccaneers go, the Buccaneers spent a bunch of money to put a team together. With some Bondo, a couple of pieces of chewing gum and things like that to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then I don't think all of those guys returned after that. And like it or not, Tom Brady will go down. Tom Brady, before the like it or not, let me preface. Tom Brady will most likely go down in NFL history as the greatest quarterback to play the game. Period. If somebody else come along and break all the records that he did and do all the things that he did, good for him. Good on him. I think, Patrick Mahomes has the potential to do that, but that's another discussion for another day. The fact of the matter is, Tom Brady's 45 years old. I'm 52. I'm in decent shape. I couldn't go out there 18, 19 weeks and let. Good God, I love me some Big Baby Davis, but if I got up underneath center and I saw him coming, I look. You know how the coach go down. You know how they go down to fake injuries.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong, man? You all right? Yeah, my leg. Get the cart. You want us to look at it? Get the cart. Get the cart. He can't. Did he hit you?
Got me.
Yeah. Did he get you? No, but he came real close. I don't want to try it again. So it's only so much beating and banging on your body that you can take at that level.
Yeah.
And he's been in the league since he graduated college, right? So there's only so much that your body can take before it starts to show signs. I mean, he probably still is under better circumstances as a top player in the league, but those circumstances don't exist right now.
No.
So right now I honestly think that the whole reason that division is the way it is just due to finally you're starting to see the trickle down result of changeover on the rosters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, the changeover has been insane between a quarterback that was with the Falcons for over a decade, a quarterback that was with the Saints for over a decade. Mm-hmm. The Falcons this is Arthur Smith's first season, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah, that's right. This is either first or second season. This is what's his first season as a coach at the Saints. So you're gonna get a lot of they're going through a lot of let's figure this out right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Look, at the end of the day, it's up in the air, and we'll see. It's going to come down to it, but we know whoever they play in that first round most likely will be an NFC East team. So good luck, especially if it's a Dallas team with that defense.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what happens. But look, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our coin toss, and there's so many other topics, but we definitely just want to touch on a few. But we are going to go take a quick breather. We'll be right back, and we got to see what's going on this week in NFL history. Yeah, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a commercial for our show Thursday nights. Let's Talk Football Ladies Takeover, which our lovely host Delilah Crespo is one of the members on that show. So great. Definitely watch that. Thursdays, 8:00. Delilah Crespo, Janae Struther, Kate Alverson, and now our new host, Nicole Clychat, definitely joins the show. So tune in, Ashwin. You'll definitely, hopefully, be back on her bye week from school or her holidays from school. So we'll see. But like I alluded to earlier, we have to figure out what was going on this week in NFL history. Take it away, Delilah.
Okay, sorry, I was making sure I was unmuted. All right. Hey, y'all. So there wasn't too many things that kind of went down. I always feel like around the holidays, that's pretty typical. Anyway, so here's a few things that happened in the NFL. So on December 21st, 1941, the NFL League Championship, because this was before the Super Bowl era, in Wrigley Field, the Chicago Bears, because that's where they used to play. I don't think people knew that, but Wrigley Field was actually where the Chicago Bears originally played at. Beat the New York Giants 37-9, being the first team in the NFL championship game era since 1933 to win consecutive titles. That was their 5th title overall. Then December 22nd, 2019, New Orleans wide receiver Michael Thomas sets the NFL record for most catches in a season with his 144th, as Saints beat Tennessee 38-28, and he broke a 17-year-old record that used to be held by Marvin Harrison with 143. On December 23rd, 1951, another NFL League championship at the LA Memorial Coliseum. the LA Rams beat the Cleveland Browns 24-17. The reason this was interesting is this was the first coast-to-coast televised NFL title game. So the first NFL televised title game from coast to coast was in 1951 between the Cleveland Browns and the Rams, and the Rams beat them in that title game. On Christmas Day, December 25th, 1971, the longest game in NFL history happened as the Miami Dolphins beat the Kansas City Chiefs 27-24 in a two OT in the AFL playoff game. Duration 82 minutes and 40 seconds. 82 minutes and 40 seconds because they went into two times into overtime. That is wild. I guess that's why, adjustments need to be made in the modern era. Also on Christmas Day, but this happened in 1995, Dallas Cowboys running back Emmitt Smith scores an NFL record of his 25th touchdown of the season against the Arizona Cardinals at Sun Devil Stadium. And then also December 25th, but this was in 2020, another New Orleans stat. So I'm glad Nicole's watching. Running back Alvin Kamara equals Ernie Nevers from 1927, where he recorded 6 touchdowns in a single game with a 52-33 win over Minnesota at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And so that is what happened this week in the NFL in the past.
Nice. Thank you so much for that, Delilah Crespo, and this week in NFL history. Are you enjoying that? You good? You good down there? Good down there?
Good.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us and taking time out on this Tuesday evening, the last Tuesday before Christmas. Hope you are able to hang out with your family or get with the people that you love during the holidays. And we don't count it as a crime that y'all sat here and took the time to be with us. So we have to move on and we have to go to our game of the week. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say I'm so excited to bring this next guest in, even though I can't stand talking about his team. He lets me hear it every time his team seems to defeat mine. So we'll see what happens. And he got another little piece of joy because the starting quarterback potential MVP is out for this game. So we'll see what he has to say. Game of the week, bringing in my guy, Jared. What up, Jared? You hear that?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yeah, good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, good. Yeah, what's up? What's up, fellas? And Lady Delilah, what's going on?
What's going on? Hey, yo, turn down your audio real quick. I can hear that.
There's a little delay here. What's Got you.
So Jared, man, what's going on, buddy? How you feeling, man?
It's been a while since I've done this.
Yeah.
What's going on, Big Sean? What's going on?
It's like the news reporter. He's like, Sean, yes, I'm here.
We have reports of 3 people eating hamburgers backstage.
Yeah, you have to bear with me. You know what I'm saying?
So look. Let me just ask you about this. Let's talk about the most overrated team in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys. Can you shed some light on your team for us, man?
Oh, okay. Well, as you can see, I'm not wearing any Cowboys paraphernalia at all because I'm over them for right now. And very, very disappointing how that transpired on Sunday. We had it, and then somehow we lost it, and here we are. And I think I speak for all Cowboys fans. We are preparing to just throw them in the trash right now. They're all jerseys, all paraphernalia is in the recycling bin because you take it out of the recycling bin. It's less dirty.
Right.
Put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. It's there forever. You know what I mean? If you put it in recycling bin, you can get it back out. But no, in all seriousness, man, that was a tough loss. Definitely don't understand some of the coaching decisions, i.e., it's third and whatever, and you got the lead, and it's it's admitted whatever, some change, and you decide to throw a deep ball to your third receiver. That's not in the winning playbook. That's not in the Bill Belichick school of winning. That's not what you do. That's not what you do. That's not my 10-year-old son and my wife will tell you I screamed the loudest F-bomb profanity when that happened. And they were like, "Is everything okay? Are we under attack?" I'm like, "No, they just did something dumb." That changed the game right there. We got the fumble from Bob Lawrence. He looks like the third member of Hanson. You know what I'm saying? And we got the ball. You know what I'm saying? We got it. That should be game. Game set. Now, if it were me, we would have ran it on first down. We would have ran it on second down, and then on third down, I would have just asked him to run around in a circle and then take as much time as he can, then go down. You feel me? But I will say this on a serious note: they've asked Dak, the team, the fans have asked Dak to be one of those quarterbacks that takes chances, that can throw in tight windows, that can throw guys open. And I'm going to be a Dak fan. I'm going to be a Dak stan. That's my quarterback. No, I'm not going to have any tears about it. But that's my quarterback. And this is what happens when you are throwing guys open and you're throwing into tight windows, okay? Not everybody's got a Jason Kelsey out there. Not everybody's got a Devontae Adams out there. Dak is still kind of shaking. The good thing about Dak is that he's going to throw it to who's ever open. Mm-hmm. And if that's the third receiver, the fourth receiver, the fifth receiver, he's really good at going through his progression. And when I look on the Twitterverse and in social media, everybody's like, Dak is trash. It's his fault. He has 10 interceptions now, 9 interceptions. I'm willing to say about 5 of them, maybe 4 of them, are directly his fault. Other ones, the guys not running the right routes. Guys got bricks for hands. Guys.
Did you say grits?
Not running the right depth. Real fluky type stuff. But that's what happens when you're throwing guys open. You can't ask the guy to throw in the tight windows and then not expect a hand or two to get in there. And mind you, somebody had the smart idea of getting rid of our best receiver because I guess, they just didn't like how he did things.
Yeah.
I was pretty cool with 6 or 7 touchdowns and 1,000 yards and being able to get open
every year.
I mean, who's going to get busy handy in New England in some degree weather? No one. No one gets busy as a wideout in that type of weather. Who wants to play? Nobody wants to play.
Nope.
So we don't got Amari. We're trying to do what we need to do on offense. But how many points did we score? So we still scored 34, right?
It's very true.
So the offense is not the problem. The issue has been the defense. And so let me say this right now.
That's what I wanted to ask that question.
That's
ever
wild.
Jerry Quinn, Jerry Jones, don't you ever put Boss Man Fat out there. I'm sorry, for those who don't know, that's Kelvin Joseph. Number 1. I want everyone to know. Don't you ever put him out there at cornerback. Okay? He is I'm not going to say trash because that speaks to your level as a human being. But what I will say is the brother is not good. Okay? He's not good.
Not good.
Okay? Mason Wright, not the answer either. That's not it. Here's a hot take right here, Sean. And if anyone follows me on Twitter or sees my comments on any Cowboys social media on YouTube, Israel Mukuamu. That's the answer. That's so in Cowboys Nation right now, we're trying to figure out how we can fill out some of these guys on defense that have been hurt. I think, and I'm gonna sound like a homer, but I think the Dallas Cowboys probably have one of the best, if not the best, general managers when it comes to picking players. Mm. We know how to draft them. We know how to find them. We obviously don't care about their past history, whether they, domestic violence or drugs or anything like that. But that's me. You search hard enough, and you can find somebody who broke the law on your team. but
Yeah, a lot of them retire out of the league and become some of the finest commentators ever.
oh,
bang
they got
bang.
to get their Creflo on there. We ESPN her head. You know what I'm saying?
But yo. So, but look,
Oh
let's look at this game, Delilah. Let's look at this game because this is a classic division matchup. This is something that the Cowboys have been looking forward to, but Jalen Hurts might not play. So, Delilah, coming into this, what are we thinking?
I think that obviously Cowboys get the edge on that, but I just hope that they don't go in going like, oh, this is gonna be an easy win, because you can't win games like that. Like I've seen, it's happened before. So, and I'm actually surprised you said defense, because Dallas is considered to have one of the best defense in the NFL overall. So, but I could see why you would think that. I mean, if they did make Zay Jones look amazing, right? Because he had 3 touchdowns that game, over 100 yards. I didn't even know who Zay Jones was until this game. And I was like,
balled
what?
out.
He did. He had over 100 yards. So I had no idea like who even this kid was. But, man, I think that it's going to be really hard because, Jalen Hurts gets a lot of slack, and there could be a lot of reasons for that. But obviously he is their game manager. He's getting the W's. And I do think him not being there is gonna hurt the Eagles. So obviously with that, the Cowboys do have an edge. But I hope that the defense does their job, puts pressure on next man up, and stops their running backs, right? Because they got a full hardcore talented group of offensive pieces over there, right? So so they still got to stop the running game. They still got to stop all the wide receivers that they got over there, just catching stuff out of crazy plays and stuff. So, but I do think that this does hurt the Eagles and does set up the Cowboys to win it. It's just I don't know why he gets so much hate, but
who, Jalen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I agree with that, and especially if you're not an Eagles hater, it's just like the whole Lamar thing. Oh, this guy's just a runner. It was like, what? Don't penalize a man because his legs are elite. Like, let him do his thing. He can still throw the ball, and the fact now that he has AJ Brown is huge.
Exactly. Yeah.
But look, Anthony. I mean, let's talk about it. You brought up Mr. Irvin, Mr. Michael Irvin.
Wait, sir. I called no one by name.
I'll say his name. I don't have a problem with it. Bang bang. But yo, let
seniority.
but for real, and I mean, this game we know about Jalen Hurts and how great he is, and if he's not in the game, that's going to hurt. But they still have that defense. You probably got Big Baby coming back. You got them boys
6'4", 340 pounds.
So I mean, the Eagles, this is still a game. The Eagles
are
still trying to, solidify that first place. So what are we thinking, man?
Well, who's your starter? Who's the Eagles starter?
Gardner Minshew.
Oh, Mr. Adult Film, Mr. Adult Film Mustache is making a comeback. Right. Okay,
right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think Gardner. Wow. That's look, that's like that's huge. That's like the difference between tartar sauce and ranch dressing, man. I mean, I'm gonna call it for what it is. Because now you pretty much limited your offense to, if you take into account well, I could have said barbecue sauce and mayonnaise, but that would have been a little too, you dig what I'm saying? I didn't want to go there.
But he hit my boy over the head. I'm not happy about that. But anyway.
But the Eagles have now, with Hurts not playing, now have, if you take into account the fact that Jalen can run and pass, they have gone from a 3-dimensional offense to basically a 1-dimensional offense. Not that I don't know what their running games like. I haven't followed them at all this season.
Sanders is pretty legit.
Sanders been killing him, man. I actually So he's
but
actually,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, he really is. He's like 5th in total yards. He's actually been. I think, a key reason to why they've been winning those games. He's just not flashy. He doesn't have the flashy name as the other running back, so people don't really talk about him. But he's been balling out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have taken that element out of the game, so now the defense is like, now Dallas's defense is like, we got to key up on disrupting Minshew's flow. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I definitely think that gives the edge to the Cowboys. Definitely gives the edge to the Cowboys. And now you got Big Baby back in there. Oh, Big Baby's back. I mean, Minshew might find himself getting picked up like Jaden Daniels did in the SEC championships. Coach, look what I found on the field. Can I keep him? So I mean, that's just where that is. And I mean, with all the pieces on Dallas's offense being in place, you got, Zeke doesn't have the oomph that he had, but Zeke still got a little something left in the tank. You got Pollard. You got, you got Dak has not gotten to elite status yet, I don't think, but Dak is definitely making his way there. I've seen progression in him year in and year out. So I've been nothing but impressed. I've been nothing but impressed with Dallas this year. Although it was quite comical. I was here in this room working on something, and my wife was watching the game in the living room. And at first, all I heard was, "Woo, let's go, boys!" And then it got real quiet. And then all I heard was, "This game's going to crap." So I had to go outside to see what was going on. And I was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, so I definitely think the Eagles have the advantage here, especially from the defensive standpoint. We just talked about it. with the Colts and my Falcons, who both were quarterbacked by that guy whose name I don't want to say no more because I'm still mad at you.
Matty cooled off.
The offense may fall off, but the defense still got to stop the other team's offense from scoring. So I think Dallas has got that.
Yeah, Jalen isn't officially out though. I gotta say that he's like day to day, whatever they do. So
they play. What the coach supposed to say? He's definitely not going to play. We're going to definitely start this.
Right.
Smoke and mirrors.
Right. No, of course.
Smoke and mirrors.
I have to say it because we're a news show.
Well, I mean, I would love for him to play. I would love for him to play because speaking back off what Andy was saying from a schematic standpoint, the RPO is removed. And if you're still going to run different Hurts and do the RPO against my boys this week, now you saw what happened after we lost to Green Bay, right? You saw what happened to the Vikings. No one saw that coming. Yeah, everybody gets quiet on that one.
Hey, nobody saw you losing to the Packers. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, I know. Oh, I look, we didn't see us losing to the Packers. It was mad.
It was a beautiful weekend.
Mad. Okay. All I'm saying is that this is a rivalry game. The defense is going to be amped up to see the Eagles regardless. And just like Handy said, if you got a dinged up shoulder, they know you're going to keep it on your RPOs. You know what I mean? You're not going to hand it off. You're going to do quick stuff. You're less apt to, do the QB draws and the QB sneaks and stuff like that. So when Gardner Minshew gets in there, just like you said, they're going to be handing it off. And the way I expect this game to go is that both teams are going to try to get physical with the run game. Because either team, truth be told, are world beaters against the run. You saw how the Delilah's Bears did the Eagles with Justin Fields.
I know. I was like, ugh.
Right. And so it wasn't all gravy, when it comes to defending the run. But I'll say this. If Jalen Hurts doesn't play, I hope that Michael Parsons doesn't play. Because, he's dinged up too. He hasn't really been doing a lot of Micah things. We're used to Micah. He gets his sacks in two. So, we're looking for two with Micah. You only got one. And so what that tells me, and some more insight to that, is that he's been playing more on the D-line this year, strictly D-line. His rookie year, he was alternating between middle linebacker.
It was everywhere.
And then, on passing down situations, they put him in favorable matchups. But now, guys have been just kind of like a Jordan rule. You know what I'm talking about, Andy. They're roughing them up. You know what I mean? The linemen, they're doing, extra shots after that. So you saw him, get rock bottomed after he got the fumble. My man,
right.
Jaguars came in late just to hit him in the neck. You know what I'm saying? They don't call hold yet. They don't call hold
out of nowhere.
And a lot of that is to soften him up. You know what I mean? You get all those body blows, you're not gonna be able to be 100%. Right. So if he doesn't, if Jalen Hurts is playing, like this game kind of reminds me of the Mayweather Pacquiao fight when it finally happened. It was like 4 or 5 years too late. You know what I mean? So there's not going to be Jalen Hurts. I don't see any point. And I mean right up to game time. So I mean if he played 1 or 2 snaps, okay, Vikings out there for 1 or 2 snaps. And if you're like, all right, that's it, then that's it for you. There's no need to show what you can do against Gardner Minshew. And even if we lose, unlike the Commandos, we still in there. We still in the offs. Our reservation is good, man.
Right.
We in there.
Hey, we are still 7th. All right, we are 7th seed right now. All right,
you guys got hope. You guys got hope. Okay, y'all supposed to burn FedEx to the ground. Okay?
Left hand
up. Y'all supposed to burn FedEx to the ground, Sean. Y'all not supposed to stand for that. Y'all took off work on Monday for that. You know what I mean?
Right. Rough.
But this game definitely lost some juice to it, man. And so I think even Goodell probably was like, well, look, just don't say that it's completely out, right?
Right.
For about the first 5 minutes, and we'll take it from there. Don't say it's completely out. Because seriously, I mean, I think speaking of the new type of coach that try to take his players out, man, and try to rest them. He did last year.
That's true.
That's true.
And that's one of the things that I thought was going to happen is that, once the Eagles kind of locked things up, I thought they were going to start resting players. So that's why this move doesn't seem that far-fetched for me. But yeah, I get it. At the end of the day, I mean, I think I got to agree with you. You got to go with the Cowboys. And as long as the Cowboys run the ball more than they pass it, whenever the Cowboys run more than they let Dak pass, the Cowboys are almost unstoppable. That two-headed monster with Zeke and Pollard in the backfield is a threat. It opens up that pass game. But the minute you start having Dak throw 40, 50 times, I mean, he might get a victory because the defense, they have other pieces, but you just don't want to do it. He's prone to getting those stupid interceptions like at the end of the Texans game where it's like, what are you doing? Are you serious? You know what I mean? So you definitely want to just keep him clean, keep the ball on the ground. And yeah, I think you guys can win this one pretty easily. Delilah, what do you think's going to happen in this one?
Yeah, I give the edge to the Cowboys, like, because I agree, like, regardless, like, and I don't think they would. Honestly, if I'm the Eagles, I would rest Jalen. I'd rather have him in the postseason healthy than risk further injury. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, whatever, throw Gardner? I don't know. Throw him out there. See what he can do. But yeah, I give that edge to the Cowboys. So I think Cowboys win by field goal.
By field goal. Handy, what's your score?
Oh, I got the Cowboys by more than that. I got the Cowboys by 10.
By 10 points?
Yeah, I don't know. These games have been too close, but yeah, maybe. This has been so close.
I got this one about 24-13. I don't think Minshew can get that much that offense going.
I'm sorry, I was looking around earlier. I was trying to see where them bullets was going because you was firing off rounds at your boy Jay. You kept popping rounds at Jay, bang, bang. I was like, what up? Hey, Dave, that one just went by me.
He knows what that is. 3 weeks left. Time's coming, baby. Time's coming. We might be in it. We might be out.
What you got, Jay? Your boy's gonna get this W.
Jay, what's your score?
I got the boys 27-17.
I can dig it.
See, I told you by 10. I'm telling you, 10. A 10. I give it a 10.
Yeah.
Yo, I can dig it, man. I can dig it. And, hey, glad we were able to talk to you little Cowboys. I see. I can do these things, okay? I can be nice and talk about other people's teams. I don't have to always be Mr. Commanders, all right? I'm just saying. I want it on here live so everybody can see I'm a nice fan sometimes. Don't let us beat you there. That's all I'm gonna say. Yo, Jared, real quick before we let you go, man, tell everybody where they can find you. Tell everybody everything you got going on. Socials, all that good stuff.
J Red on IG. JYRED. J Red, JYRED on Facebook. J Red, JYRED on YouTube. Check me out. I do some good mixes. As a matter of fact, on the Gospel Grind Radio show right now is the J Red Mix show that I took off today. Talk smack with you guys about my boys tonight. So
yes, sir.
If you are not doing anything on a Tuesday at 9:30 Central, check me out to hear some good gospel, hip hop mashup and things of that nature. Some big things are coming up with that. I make music, I make beats. I love the Cowboys. I love the Lord in that reverse order. And definitely check me out. I think you guys were having me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Definitely glad you were able to come on here and do it. Definitely check my guy out. I listened to Slain Volume 1.
Oh yeah. Thank you for popping that.
Oh yeah.
I do have a mixtape out on YouTube. Yeah, Slain Volume 1. Definitely check it out. It's free on YouTube. If you want to listen to it, definitely drop me your email. I'll send it directly to you. Some feel good mixes and things of that nature. Make you feel good, make you feel all right, something good for your soul. Again, I appreciate you guys checking me out. And Slain Volume 1 is available right now.
I can dig it. My guy, so proud and so appreciative of you coming on here and doing and joining us for the show, man. Good luck to you boys.
Yeah. You
halfway mean
boys too, man. Yeah.
Whatever. I can
man.
see Sean is killing Sean to say that right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
He had to take a deep. Look. You remember being little and your mama say, "Just take the medicine and then just get it over with." You had to hold your nose. That's what Sean right there just saying. Good luck to your boys.
Your boys.
Right. Let's go. Yo, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you getting on here. We're going to be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We got a little commercial for you, and then we will be right back. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, man.
Yeah, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for being here with us on Let's Talk Football, the Roundtable on this Tuesday night. We're going to go ahead and move this thing right along because my guy down here, Mr. Handy, he knows a little something about college ball, ladies and gentlemen, and he likes to spotlight some of these guys that have made it to the next level. So we got to let him do his rookie spotlight. Take it away, Anthony.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are you doing? How are all of you doing? Thank each and every one of you for tuning in to this week's edition of Let's Talk Football, the Roundtable. I am Mr. Fingers coming to you all the way from Zagnam Central in Oklahoma City. If you're watching this show right now, if you're liking what you're seeing, hit the like button. If you want it, hey, look, we don't get, look, drop us a comment, whether you like us, whether you don't, whether you want to disagree, you want to call us crazy, drop us a comment. Hey, hit that share button. Send it out all over the ethosphere. And most of all, if you're watching on a channel that's subscribable, like a YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the notifications button for the Let's Talk Football. So every time we go live, each and every time, you know we are on. Thank you so much for your cooperation. I have talked my mouth completely dry with the introduction. And we are back. Today, Rookie Spotlight. We didn't do one last week because we did the trivia thing there. But we're back with the Rookie Spotlight this week. This week's rookie comes to you by way of special place in my heart. He's a Georgia boy. He didn't play for Georgia, but he's a Georgia boy. Bainbridge, Georgia. You would think I know how to say this because it is from my home state, where he went to Bainbridge High School. As a senior, in his senior season, 2,100 yards and 32 touchdowns. He finished up his high school career with, are you ready for this? 6,788 yards and 92 total touchdowns. And wait, all of that, and he was just a 4-star recruit, y'all. I don't even think they had 5 stars in. They had to have had 5 stars in. But he committed to play his college football at the University of Florida. And see, I don't know how in the hell his parents somebody need to have a talking to. How you let that boy get out of Georgia and go to Florida? Anyway, we're back. He had offers from Alabama, Florida State, Georgia, of course, South Carolina, Miami and Florida, and Auburn. Like all the SEC powerhouses and some of the not so powerhouses looking at you, Auburn. And South Carolina, although good job this season. We're looking to pick him up, to have him come over. He winds up going to Florida. He didn't have an exceptionally flashy college career. He wound up finishing his time at the University of Florida with 1,806 yards rushing, averaging about 5.5 per carry and 23 touchdowns. But he also added 422 yards receiving and 9.4 per catch with 5 touchdowns there as well. So he didn't really have an exceptionally flashy college career, but it was enough to catch the attention of a team from Texas. And we're not talking about the team that Sean was just clowning and taking shots at. We're not, we're talking about the Houston Texans. He was drafted in the 4th round. Okay. Now, Anthony, if this guy's a 4th rounder, why is he a rookie of the week? If this guy wasn't flashy at Florida, why is he a rookie of the week? If you are a Georgia fan and he's anybody that played for Florida, why is he the rookie of the week? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know that team from Houston, not the one that used to have Earl Campbell run out of all of his clothes during the game, but the one that's currently there where J.J. Watt left and went to go play in Pittsburgh. That team, the Texans, they're not very good this year. How many games did they win this season?
1.
How many games did they win this season?
1.
Sean, you with me on it, my man. He's on it with me today. The Houston Texans have won 1 game this entire season. And despite the fact that the Texans have won 1 game this entire season, Dameon Pierce has rushed for, are you ready for this? 939 yards. Doesn't have a lot of touchdowns, but he's got 4 touchdowns this season, 939 yards. And he also has 30 receptions. And check this out. There's a team out in the AFC West that is contending to try and get into the playoffs. I think right now they're in 2nd place in the AFC West. Yeah, he lit them up for 131 yards. He had a career day, 131 yards. There's another team that we were just talking about, and their quarterback might not be playing this week because he's hurt. But the coach hasn't said he's playing yet because the coaches aren't sure if he'll be playing or not. We're really going to rest him, but we don't want to let y'all know because we want y'all to game plan for Jalen just like he might be playing. Carry on with your regular day. He lit them up for 139 yards rushing. They've only won 1 game all season against the Jaguars. And guess what? He lit the Jaguars up for 99 yards. Now, Oh, but it ain't 100. 99 yards is 99 yards is about 98 more yards that I could get playing a professional football game. So that's pretty doggone impressive. So right now, he's 939 yards rushing this season. Not a lot of touchdowns, of course, because now here's what I like about this kid. He's a little tough to tackle. He's not a bowl you over kind of guy like our guy Zeke was in Dallas in his rookie season. He's not a juke you out of your pants kind of guy. He's very patient. Now, I have noticed that he seems to be a little bit more skilled at running to his right than his left. But when he's running to his right, as soon as he sees that opening, bam, plant and cut right through that hole. Always good for at least 5 or 6 per carry. Running to his left, he kind of has to think about it a little bit. But once he gets his bearings about him, if he's got an open spot, he's gone. And if he gets away from you, he's not uber fast. His 40-yard time in the combine was a 4.56. He's not fast, but if he gets away from you and gets an open seam, he's got breakaway speed. And this kid has been one of the standouts on this Texans team that has won. How many games did they win?
1.
There it is. They've only won 1 game all season, and this kid is doing big things. I really hope that the franchise gets their stuff together and put some more parts around this guy. But he's been doing big things for the Texans this year, and he's giving the fans something to cheer about. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is your NFL Rookie of the Week, Dameon Pierce of the Houston Texans. I've been Mr. Fingers. Thank you for tuning in. Back to you, Sean.
Great job. Okay. Yes, sir.
Wait. One more time for the one time. How many games did they won?
1.
There it is.
Let's go.
I was going to say something, but I did my head like that, and you went 1. I was like, oh, I'm on to something.
Let's get it.
Look, the pastor and the deacon is on point today, boy.
Yes. You think we practiced it? Let's go. Look, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for that, Anthony Handy, talking about Dameon Pierce of the Houston Texans. Yeah, and I know that was extra hard because he was from Florida. I feel for you, but hey,
it was just like you telling Jake, good luck to your boys.
Good luck. Let's go. Yo, so, hey, let's go ahead and quickly move on. And normally at this point, we would have our guy Nick's picks, and it's coming down to the end of the year, so we're not going to have that, but I'm still going to play his little intro video and another little clip of how he feels about the NFC East.
Blah, 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 blah. This happened, that happened. You guys are sold on Carson Wentz?
In the NFC East, where does he rank in the NFC East?
Well, let's look at this. You got Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones, Dak Prescott, and 1 Carson Wentz. If I'm being honest, my opinion only. So take it for what it is. Even though I'm not a Dak fan, I got to put Dak ahead of him. And slightly, maybe Jalen Hurts, maybe not. I'd say he's right there in the middle with him. I would say him and Jalen are probably even at this point. And then Daniel Jones brings up the rear. Like I said, this is Carson's chance. You know, your division is still not strong, let's be honest. It's still there for the taking, guys. And Washington has the ability to take it over, but you got to win, and it's got to start with Carson. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Nicholas Rosario.
What's up, Nick?
Yo, definitely, we're holding down the fort for you, buddy. Truer words were never spoken. We're definitely in a tough division that we got to get the job done. And hey, we'll see if Carson comes back. We don't know what's going to happen, but definitely want to get it in. Wanted to shout out your guy, Anthony Chris, who's been watching. So does anybody have an LT for the Titans that the Titans can borrow? The Commanders got jobs Sunday night. I agree. But we shouldn't have been in that situation.
That's my guy. That's my guy right there. He's a diehard Vanderbilt fan. God bless him. God bless him. We're in the SEC group together, man. Riding high at the beginning of the season. He hung on and rode it through. He's a good dude. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Appreciate you tuning in.
Absolutely. Yeah, watch out for the Jags, because look, the Jags are still in contention. They are still right there, and they could potentially make a run. But we have to move on. We definitely did want to shout out our guy Nicholas Rosario, who will be back with us soon and has a birthday coming up.
Yes, sir.
So excited. Definitely going to try to travel to Chicago to see him for that birthday. But look, we are close to the end, so we have to go with our last segment. One last thought. Yeah, buddy, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll start really quickly. Just wanted to say it's Christmas time, and a lot of people go through a lot of different things. And they have to, maybe they can't be with their family, maybe they can't be with their family. But a lot of times people go through certain situations where they are in their head. And I am one of these that is that's me to a T. I get in my head so much so that there have been times where I will talk myself out of doing something that is absolutely beneficial and positive and is around everybody I love. But because I'm in my head about other things and what I perceive people thinking and this and that, I psych myself out, and then I miss out on great times and great events, and nobody would know because I don't share that. I don't need to, because it's what I'm dealing with up there. So you guys, and it happens to everybody. Everybody can potentially get in your head, but especially at this time of the year, the people that are there for you and your family and the close friends, they want to be around you. They want to see you. You know what I mean? They'll understand if things come up, but at the same time, they want to see you. They specifically look for this time of the year while you're on this side of glory to see you and to be able to hang out. I unfortunately missed the Thanksgiving because of things, and I was in my head a lot, and missed out on seeing my folks and family and my brother that just retired from the Marines, and he was living in Okinawa, Japan, and he was in the States, and he's surprised, and it was all my brothers there, all four of us. So I wasn't, and it still to this day tears me up. And with Christmas coming up, guys, get out of your head. Whatever you're sitting here thinking and that's caving in, is bringing you down. Talk to people. Get out there and talk, because once you talk to people, you realize, dude, it's just in your head. It's just in your head. Keep moving. Get out of your head. Enjoy the holidays. Spend time with those people. Even if you're like Anthony, you said it once, it's that aunt that brings the ex over, or the mom that comes in, or the grandmother, whatever. Those little things mean so much. And you don't want to miss out on those opportunities because you're in your head or you're dealing with other stuff. So get out of your head, enjoy this time of the year, enjoy the people that love you and care about you, and get that recharge. A lot of times this holiday season, when you're with your family, it's a recharge. You know what I mean? I'll see you next year. I'm ready. Like it's a recharge to go into the new year. So get out of your head, people. That's what it is. So Delilah, what you got for us today?
Yeah, so all I wanted to say again, just kind of, it is Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah to, all my Jewish friends out there, family, because I do have relatives that are Jewish as well, and so, hope everybody's enjoying the Festival of Lights. Sydney, who, is on a bunch of different shows,
Definitely.
under, also an extension of the LTF family. Happy Hanukkah to you and the Swittens and everybody out there. We also have Christmas coming up this weekend. So I just want to say everybody just have, happy holidays. I know it could be hard for some people. Like I said, some holidays are happy times for some people, and sometimes it's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to say, again, if you're struggling, we're all human. If you're struggling, reach out to any of us, out here, send us a message, whatever. If you don't have if you don't have a go-to, someone you can talk to, there is help. There is crisis centers, hotlines that you can call. Like I said last week, dial 988. They'll connect you, make sure that you're taken care of, because not everybody has that system. I get that. So again, happy holidays. If you're in the zone, got your holiday shopping done, got it done, I'm finished. So I just have to wrap everything. So again, enjoy times with your loved ones. Wherever your loved ones are, if it's a family Christmas, family Hanukkah, I get it. Not everybody's around their families. Sometimes it's very hard to get to your family. So however you're celebrating, I hope you have a wonderful time. Be blessed. And everyone that's struggling, just reach out. Just don't don't go into the dark, okay? Don't go into the dark. Rage against the dying of the light, all right? Like, that's a powerful poem, and that's the reason why it's still famous to this day. So that Dylan Thomas poem is not a lie. Like, rage against the dying of the light. Fight for your life, y'all. So if you need to reach out to somebody, and so again, just I love y'all. Peace, blessings, happy holidays. I hope everybody has a wonderful time this week.
Absolutely. Mr. Fingers.
Well said, both of you. Very well said. It reminds me of a poem of my own. I have quoted this poem many times on many different platforms, but the second stanza from Invictus: in the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud under the bludgeonings of chance. My head is bloody, but I'm bowed. Basically, it means that no matter what it is what that poem says is no matter what it is that you are going through, that if you persevere, that you can pull out on the other side. And that kind of slightly, but not really, ties into what I wanted to talk about today. Y'all threw me a curveball coming in, which y'all came in with, but I have found something that I just, like, a couple of days ago, just out of the blue, it hit me, and I asked somebody this question, and they were like, "Wow, I hadn't really thought about that." And I said to them, real simple, just out of the blue, the conversation, "Have you found something to make you smile today?" And they were like, I mean, I had no idea what kind of day they were having. They were like, "You know what? This conversation made me smile." They were having a day. They were just kind of going on about, blah, 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 and I hate this, and I hate it, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, "Have you found a reason to smile today?" And they were like, "This conversation with you." And so now I've just started randomly asking people, "Have you found a reason to smile today? What made you smile today?" And you'd be surprised. I mean, sometimes people have to stop, and sometimes we can be the center of gravity for people. We expect people as adults to be able to center themselves. Sometimes they can't always do that. I had one guy in one of the groups that I'm in, one of the chat groups for the 18 million sports groups I'm in, say, "Well, a couple of weeks ago I was in the hospital, didn't know if I was going to make it up, but I'm here and I'm alive and I'm talking to you guys." And some of them was silly. I won $100 on a scratch off, but hey, you spend $1, you win 100.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? From a seed planted. Come on, Deacon. From a seed planted, grew the oak that even the strongest of winds could not knock down. But anyway, thank you, Reverend Red and Black. You supposed to save that because the game ain't for 2 weeks. Well, Deacon, I got to get my preaching voice on to get it together. But you got to ask people, did you find a reason to smile today?
A reason.
That's all. Did you find a reason to smile today? And think about that. Anytime you're having a bad day, stop and go, what made me smile today? And sometimes that will be the very thing to make you stop and maybe go in the opposite direction. I had a friend of mine on the phone today just bitching and moaning about her job. Blah, 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 blah. Mind you, she's been off work 2 hours. I'm like, "You still mad at what happened 2 hours ago?" And I was like, "What made you smile today?" She said, "I got a Christmas bonus." I said, "Well, why are you bitching about all that stuff? You got a Christmas bonus."
Come on now.
So let me get this right. You just start, mind you, she just started this job like back in July. So let me get this right. You started this job back in July. You've been working there 6 months. You already mad at people, but you got a Christmas bonus and you upset about something that somebody said to you today at the holiday party?
Come on now.
Look here. I'd have been standing right there looking at him like, "Say what you want to. I got extra money in my pocket.
I got a bonus."
Like Deion Sanders say, "Must be the money." Well, in Deion's case, it definitely wasn't money, but that's a different story for a different time. So just have you found a reason to smile today? What made you smile today? You watching this right now, stop and think about something that made you smile today. Whether it was something you saw that happened around you, like that'd have been a fun. Even if it was one of them stupid reels on Facebook where people do voiceovers of movies that we'd have seen 800 times. because they ain't got no original thought. They can't come up with nothing original on their own, so they gonna play Eddie Murphy and put on a black jersey and go, hey. Hey, all right, Rocco, all right, Sloy. But what made you smile today? That's the thing. Have you smiled today? Have you had a reason to smile today? Let me give you a reason to smile today. Come on, I'm gonna buy you a soda. Am I wrong?
That's simple.
Oh, don't get me started. It just made me feel good. It made me feel really good to start to think about the fact when I just started randomly asking people that question and they go, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Thank you for that. So find a reason to smile today.
Absolutely.
Each and every one of you. And by the time we see you again, Christmas will have come and gone. Like Delilah said, happy Hanukkah. Kwanzaa will start after Christmas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you're right.
Goodbye.
You're right. It is.
So Kwanzaa, to those of you that celebrate Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa. Merry Christmas to those of you that celebrate Christmas. Real quick question before I jump off my one last thought. I'll go with you first, Sean. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Christmas song?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, you can always go.
What made you smile today, man? Come on. No, just stop playing.
I mean, this show made me smile. My favorite Christmas, I mean, I can't do one. It's going to go Silent Night by the Temptations, Donny Hathaway, This Christmas, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Lou Rolls, and then Boyz II Men, Let It Snow. I know you said one.
Now, Deacon, obviously you have lost your grasp of the English language. That's a song with a G on the end. You could just go that one. You got that. This is why we as a people can't get to where we need to be. The Lord said, "Take the warriors down." The Lord told Moses, "Speak to the rock." And Moses had to hit the rock. See, he didn't follow instructions. Let me stop messing with you. I'm just playing, man. I like all of them too. Delilah, what you got?
I have a long list, but I'm just gonna go with one from my childhood, growing up in a Hispanic household. So one of my favorite go-tos is always Mi Burrito Sabanero. It's it's been around for years. I just grew up listening to it, and I love it. And every time I hear it, I know Christmas is around the corner. I won't list out because obviously I have more than one, but I'll stick with that one. Yeah, listen to instructions.
Yo, Delilah. Real talk between me and you. I like Fritos with habaneros too. I'm not gonna lie. That's what it sounded like. You said. Right. I'm not trying to make fun, but that's exactly. I have Fritos with habaneros. Okay, I like that. That's what's up.
Burrito is it's a little donkey, and so basically. It's a folk song about a little boy on his way to visit Jesus in Bethlehem on a little donkey.
Oh! I've heard that one. I was making fun of it. I've heard that one. See, that made me smile. Thank you, Delilah. You gave me my smile for today. You know what? I have listened to tons of songs. Sean, you listed off. Of course, I'm a little partial to This Christmas because that's my fraternity brother from Beta Chapter Howard University, the late Donny Hathaway. But my favorite Christmas song, and I have no idea why, because it's very repetitive, but it's Feliz Navidad.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Every time I hear that song at Christmas, it lights me up. Yeah. I light up. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my. I listen to it so much.
He's doing a halftime show. You know that, right? They're doing a Christmas halftime show because and he's supposed to play, so he better play that song.
He better.
In the Miami.
Is that Jose Feliciano?
Yes, it is.
All right. Woo. So watch out now. Cut Jeopardy. Here I come. Come get me, Ken Jenny.
It's a music trivia show. You got that
one. They're doing a Christmas halftime show, and he's going to be singing. So he's got to sing that one.
And we got one in the comments here for King and Country version of Little Drummer Boy from my boy Chris. Yeah, I just wanted to ask that just because, but at the time I see you guys again, Christmas will have come. I mean, I'll probably see y'all in the comments on the other shows, but by the time we do this.
We gotta take breaks from our family, so you'd be like,
yeah.
Take breaks from our family. I love my family.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sean, next year we need to do a I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we need to do a Let's Talk Football Family Secret Santa deal.
Oh, that would be fun.
Or just a gift exchange. We just draw names. Have one person put all the names in the thing and have people draw names, and then everybody get everybody a gift.
Oh, that sounds good. Ship it out ahead of time.
Yeah,
right.
Way ahead of time. Way ahead of time.
Beginning of the year.
Good, bro. Let me.
Be like, dear Amazon, thank you for being Santa now, because I just go click, 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 shit.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, look, let me tell you something about Amazon. Real, and then I'm gonna shut up. I swear I am. I'm just having fun with you guys. My wife, I got home. The wife was like, "These boxes are for you, and then there's one in there for me, or whatever." And Amazon just dropped them off, and I was like, "All right, cool." And I was, trying to get stuff together, coming here and get ready. Fortunately, I got back in time enough to be ready when the show started. And I'm looking at the video, the notification from the Ring doorbell. Oh, you are so late, Ben Cornett. I'm looking at. I'm looking.
That's a good one.
Oh yes, man. Yeah. I'm looking at the video, and the porch light wasn't on, and the Amazon driver's like, and I said, "What did she say? Turn it up." The people got me delivering. You got delivering packages. Bam. The people houses. Bam. You had the porch light on. Bam. That's dangerous. Bam. Somebody get hurt. Bam. And I'm like, my wife was on the phone, so I texted her. I said, "Did you see the video?" She said, "Yeah, I heard the carrier slamming the stuff on the porch." I said, "Oh, you need to go back and watch this video." So as I was coming in here to do the show, my wife was like, "Oh, I messaged Amazon. I gave the driver a thumbs down, and I told him if anything is broken, y'all will be hearing from me." And y'all know my wife's first name, so y'all do not want to make her mad at all, ever. Did Delilah free? Oh, I thought you had froze.
No, I was laughing.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry. I jibber jabbed my way through my one last thought. Please, folks, have a good Merry Christmas and try and think of the thing that made you smile today.
Absolutely. And hey, shout out to the host of the show, Nicholas Rosario. Like I said, we'll be back with you. We could not do this show without him. Ladies and gentlemen, last week, that trivia show was Nicholas Rosario's idea, point blank, period. We're doing the show. We've been doing it, and it's working. It's great. But he was the one that said, let's switch this thing up. Let's do something that's going to kind of, just wake things up a little bit. And I thought it was an amazing show. We have nothing but great reviews. Even had a surprise winner in this show. We might have to go back to the videotape on that one. But
What'd you say? Are they talking about me? Okay.
Let's go. So we will definitely be actually I don't know. Are you guys gonna be back on here next Tuesday? Are you guys gonna be back?
I'm down. I'm down.
Okay. Yeah, no, all right.
My plans are yes. If anything comes up, obviously but my plans are yes.
Yeah, no. I didn't know if anybody was traveling or anything for the holidays or
No,
I'm poor. Yeah. I can't go nowhere this year.
Well, my two youngest are here, so we normally do Christmas here. So.
Oh, that's nice.
And I will be driving to my parents' house in North Carolina on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
And staying there until about Monday or Tuesday, and then coming back up here. So I'll be back for that. So that'll be perfect. But look for our guy, Mr. Nicholas. I want the Smoke Rosario to be back on that day, and I'll definitely be behind the scenes doing what I do best, clicking buttons and taking people off camera if I need to. For me, your boy Sean,
or popping in unexpectedly if somebody say something about your Commanders.
If I need to do it,
to this day,
if I need to do it, I will do it. Hey, for the lovely Delilah Crespo, my guy, Mr. Fingers, a.k.a. Uncle Shay Shay, a.k.a. Anthony Handy. You know who it is, your boy, Sean Spencer, Mr. The Rice. It's not given to the Swift. Hey, have a Merry Christmas. Have a happy holidays. The Rice.
What Chinese food got to do with anything? We ain't nobody eat no rice.
Rice. Yo, hey, we'll be with you guys next time. Enjoy yourselves. Have a happy holidays, and we'll talk to you soon.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.